I kind of changed things in this video. I'm in a new background, not that silly old bed behind me. Obviously, I've learned some editing tricks, and I learned a new program to edit with. So now I can add this background, and I can shrink myself down so I'm way smaller, just like this. Okay, maybe that's a little too small. How about this? So, alright, here's the video. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you're here. Today I'll get back to talking about disabilities. I wrote a story about my life in Chicago, and I'll read it now. Everything in this story did happen, although not all on the same day. It's 4 a.m. Most people are sleeping, but I'm not. I'm just hitting my stride. Some people call me a vampire because I like to stay up all night. I like the solitude of the night. I feed off it. I like looking out my window and seeing the pretty lights of downtown. I love the city because it has pretty lights at night that the small town of 1200 that I grew up in did not have. At 4:30, I turned on the morning news. The anchors talk about the latest city council meeting. One alderman is in trouble for making some remarks about another alderman. Now there are calls for his resignation. Soon the morning traffic report comes on. They're picking up the overnight construction on the Dan Ryan. There's an accident on the Eisenhower that is causing traffic problems. The map they display on the screen shows the expressway in red because it has slowed down to 5 miles an hour. There's even a bird's eye view of the crash scene. I love the city and its morning traffic reports. A few hours later, I decide to go to McDonald's for breakfast. Most people eat breakfast for the first meal of the day, but I eat it for the last meal before I go to bed. I take the elevator downstairs to the lobby. After I drive out the front door, I take a right to go down the ramp in my wheelchair. The ramp is out of the way, and it makes me feel like an afterthought. I understand that this building was built long before accessibility became an issue. That's what happens in old cities. I hate the city and its inaccessible buildings. I wait at the bus stop at Damon and Taylor. There's a crowd of 5 other people gathered at the bus stop. A gray-haired man is wearing a black windbreaker with faded blue jeans. He is standing behind a woman wearing hospital scrubs and looking like she just got off from work. 3 other women are standing near her. They look like they are college students on their way to an early morning class. I see the bus coming down the street. The bus that says the name and number of the route in the upper right-hand corner of the windshield. When the bus stops, I wait for the other people to board the bus. In a wheelchair, I know I have to wait for everyone to board first. It's just easier that way. Once everyone is on the bus, the driver deploys the ramp, and I get on the bus. Pulls out very slowly at a snail's pace. I love the city though, and its accessible transportation. I then drive my electric wheelchair onto the bus. I quickly scan my bus pass and head to the area designated for a wheelchair. It is here I have my problems. The fold-up seat doesn't want to move. I tried 3 or 4 times to lift it, but it doesn't budge. Finally, the bus driver comes and helps me pull it up. I feel kind of embarrassed because I know I'm causing the bus to be delayed. An old man adds to my embarrassment by saying, but like you should have special buses. I managed to hide my embarrassment and get my wheelchair into its place. I don't know whether to be hurt or angry. If I had normal speech, I would say something to defend myself. But I have a speech impairment and I can't talk back. If I was with family or friends, they might be able to assist me. But I move without knowing anyone, and I must weather types of incidents alone. I hate the city and the loneliness of it. The rest of the trip goes without incident. I get like McDonald's breakfast. Most people would say it's a great way to start the day. But for a vampire like me, it's the perfect snack before bed. I take another bus back to my apartment. As soon as I get in the door, I hop into bed. I sleep until 2:30 when I have to wake up and be ready for my 4 o'clock appointment. At 3:30, I go down to wait for the campus bus. The campus bus is white and it looks like it's from the 1960s. The bus driver opens the door and rudely says, the bus can't take wheelchairs today. The lift is broken. And then he goes on his way. I say a couple of swear words in his way because it's the 5th time he has told me the lift is broken. I'm beginning to think the lift isn't broken and he just doesn't want to help me. Again, I hate the city and the rudeness of its citizens. I quickly go through the options in my head. I could call and cancel, or I could drive, roll the 6-spot block to my apartment. I debate for a minute or two and decide that I would travel the 6 blocks. It's sunny out and I can use the fresh air. Plus, I love driving around the city. About halfway into my drive, I stop at the intersection of Harrison and Ashley. There's some construction on the sidewalk, but nothing I can't handle. I hate the city and its never-ending construction. As I'm waiting for the lights to change, I look down and fiddle with my phone. I put on my favorite song. I floor my wheelchair as fast as it can go to cross the street. And I'm halfway across the street. I hear a horn honk. I hate the city and its impatient driver. attention. It's white and has a red roof and rocks at the base. I drive my wheelchair for an hour just taking in the sights and sounds of Lake Michigan. I love the city and its beautiful shoreline. After a few hours at the shoreline, I make my way downtown in my wheelchair. It's too much of a hassle to get on a bus for only a few blocks. And I remember what happened earlier in the morning with the old man, and I don't want another week. I realize that I'm hungry, so I make my way to a McDonald's. I navigate the sidewalks like a true Chicagoan, even though I've only been in Chicago for a few months. The crowds of people would fluster most people from my small farm town. But I'm not overwhelmed. I feel right at home in the crowds. I love the city and the crowds of people. When I get to McDonald's, I have to pass a group of homeless people near the door. There are 3 of them. They are wearing tattered coats. I wouldn't know they were homeless, except one of them is holding a cardboard sign. I would give them something, but I had a bad experience once. I took out some money to give to a homeless person, but they took a $20 bill I had in my wallet. I couldn't defend myself because I had a disability. Now, I don't give money to the homeless. Inside, I get in line to order. There are 3 people ahead of me. They order, and it's my turn. The young girl at the cash register looks panicked. I know the look. She doesn't know how to deal with someone with a disability. Suddenly, she says, "This register is closed." I'm annoyed, but I move to the next register. There are 4 people ahead of me in this line, so it takes a little bit, and finally it's my turn. The same young girl is at the cash register with the same panic look on her face. She looks at the man standing behind me and says, "What would you like, sir?" Now, I have short brown hair, and I get mistaken for a boy quite frequently. So I'm not sure if to the short man behind me or me. I begin to tell her my order, but she insists, "No, you, sir," pointing at the man behind me. I want to demand service, make a scene, but my temperament makes that an impossible challenge. My temperament makes my speech unintelligible if I get upset. And if I get upset and they can't understand me, I'm just perpetuating the stereotype of a person with a disability. So I know it's no use to voice my displeasure because I know she won't understand anyway and will probably think less of people with disabilities. I feel relieved that someone is going to help me out. I quickly tell him my order, and he orders for me. The young girl looks perplexed when he gives her the order. I love the city and its Good Samaritan. Well, this video is almost a half hour, and there's a half of the essay left to go. So I think I'm going to save that for another day.